By the end of today's episode, you'll know all about Denzel Washington and how he became the well-known actor that he is today. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and in today's episode, we'll cover how Denzel Washington got his start, how he booked his breakout role in the film Cry Freedom, where he got his first Academy Award nomination, and the key takeaways from his career that you can apply to your own acting career. So Denzel Washington was born on December 28th, 1954 in Mount Vernon, New York. His parents were not at all involved in acting. His father was a Pentecostal minister in the church, and his mother owned a beauty parlor. He wound up attending Fordham University, where he studied biology. He decided to take a semester off and wound up working as a camp counselor at an overnight summer camp, where he wound up participating in a staff talent show. And it was then that he discovered his interest in acting. He wound up going back to Fordham, and he changed his major to drama and journalism in 1977. He did numerous student productions in theater, including Othello and The Emperor Jones. And then he attended the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco for an entire year. And then he moved back to New York to pursue professional acting. He did a lot of theater productions, and then after some time started auditioning for screen acting, where he wound up booking his first ever film role in a film called Wilma. It was a very, very small role. Now, over the next 10 years, he booked numerous other small roles and eventually booked a recurring character named Dr. Philip Chandler in a TV show called Saint Elsewhere. Finally, in 1986, he had the opportunity to book his first major role. They offered him the role. But the thing was, it was a very controversial role. The film was called The N They Couldn't Kill, which used the N-word, because back in the day, of course, racism was unfortunately much more common and acceptable. And the film was about a black man who raped a white woman and survived multiple attempts at execution and wound up becoming a sort of cult hero. Very, very controversial role. Denzel Washington was offered $600,000 for that part. Back in the 80s, $600,000 would be worth $1.5 million in today's dollars. He wasn't sure about whether he should accept the role, so he reached out to a mentor of his, Sidney Poitier, and Sidney gave him some advice. If you're not sure who he is, Sidney was actually the first black actor to ever win an Academy Award. It was for Best Actor, and he mentored many younger actors who looked up to him for breaking a lot of racial barriers in Hollywood. Anyway, Sidney told him that the first major role of any actor's career can shape the trajectory of how the rest of their career progresses, and that it should be considered very carefully. So, after what must have been an excruciating decision, Denzel made the decision to turn down the $600,000. That would have been life-altering money. But he chose to turn it down and do the right thing. He maintained his integrity and his reputation, and that left him open to be able to take on roles that really did align with his values. After that, he was offered the opportunity to audition for the character of Steve Biko in Cry Freedom, the film, and he booked it. He then went on to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, and many other roles started to open up to him after that. In addition to his now successful career in film and theater, he's also involved in philanthropy now, primarily focused on education and youth programs to help kids in need. Denzel Washington is a really great example of someone who not only grew his acting career over time without random luck, but also someone who showed enormous integrity by turning down what would have been a life-changing amount of money to do what he believed in and made the right decision. So as you grow your own acting career, you are bound to face difficult decisions. Some might be huge, others might be small. But I want you to believe in yourself enough to say, well, if this opportunity presented itself now, even though it doesn't feel right, I'm okay turning it down because I know that another opportunity will arise. I believe in myself enough to trust that I can generate another opportunity that's even better for me down the road. Believing in yourself is critical if you want to build a career that you're proud of. Well, thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive even deeper on building confidence in yourself and making hard decisions like Denzel Washington did, I highly recommend checking out my podcast called 3 Traits You Must Develop to Book Major SAG-AFTRA Roles and Auditions, which is episode number 85. Check it out. Again, episode number 85, 3 Traits You Must Develop to Book Major SAG-AFTRA Roles and Auditions on the Actor's Career Compass. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.